Well, hi, I'm Brad Sugars, the chairman and CEO here at Action Coach. And, a lot of people, when they're looking to bring on a business coach or they're interviewing business coaches or they're thinking about having a business coach, want to know a bit about the company that's behind it. So I'd like to take a little moment and share with you a bit of our history here at Action Coach. At the time of recording, we're a 30-year-old company, meaning we've been coaching business owners like yourself and business people for 30 years. And we started back in 1993 in Brisbane, Australia. And subsequently, we've shared our knowledge now. We operate in 83 countries. We have about 1,200 coaches across the world helping people like you grow their business. But just like you, we had to grow our business too. I started this as a one-person operation. I started it in the spare bedroom. And it kind of started because I was teaching business. And people would always ask me, well, can you help us? Can you help us? And I was doing these seminars, which luckily enough, I was put on stage by a group, Robert Kiyosaki and the DC Cordova put me on stage teaching business when I was a very young man, because it was kind of unusual in your early 20s to be successful in business. People were like, well, how did you do it? And I didn't really do much more than read a lot, study a lot, and do as I was told, I guess. But I started this business and I wrote the vision. I thought, if I'm going to do this properly and I'm going to do it as a business, I need to do it the right way. My vision, and it's still the vision of our company today, is world abundance through business re-education. And as any business should, it's having that guiding principle of, who are we and what do we stand for? Why do we do what we do? Was a massive part of why I started this whole thing. So when I break down that vision and I say, okay, the vision of world abundance, meaning I wanted our business to not just be in one location. I wanted it to be across the world. If we're going to help business people grow their business, then we should be doing that everywhere, not just in one location. And I use the word abundance because I see a lot of people struggling with I remember back in college, I studied to be an accountant. And graduated from Queensland University of Technology with a Bachelor of Business in Accounting, and studied a whole bunch of economics, micro and macroeconomics during that time. And I'm pretty sure I got 1 point on a test for saying economics is the study of the allocation of scarce resources. Well, that scarcity thinking pervaded a lot of business owners. And so I thought, if I can teach them the theory of abundance. And I remember at the time I was reading works by Paul Zane Pilsner and starting to understand that abundance is a different way of thinking. And, one of the things that we try and help business people understand is the more, the more. If we help your business grow and you add 5, 10, 15, however many employees, you add 10, 20, millions in extra revenue. Well, the growth of your number of employees and the growth of your revenue means that your community is doing better. More employees means more customers, more people with money to be able to buy. And so it's the more, the more. The more you can grow one business, the more you grow the economy. And the more the economy grows, then obviously the better it is for all people involved. And so world abundance through business re-education. Well, I was good at business. I got good at business early on in my life. I was lucky. At age 16, I was sponsored by the local Rotary Club to the Rotary Youth Leadership Awards, which means I won it. I was in a debate tournament and we had to give a big speech in front of all of the Rotarians. And because I was very good at speaking, I got the gig, and they sent me away for a week on studying how to be a leader and how to be successful. Well, I got into business very early, and luckily enough for me, that led me to where we are here today. So business re-education, education, its Latin root is the word educare, meaning to draw out. And what I noticed is that most education was just pummeling in type thing. And I think as a coach, we draw out the best in business people. Most business people have a pretty good sense of what they could and should be doing. And they just need someone to guide them, coach them, sometimes push them, sometimes cheer them on, sometimes, hold their hand and walk with them type thing, or put their arm around them and walk with them. But being a coach of business people really comes back to that vision of world abundance through business re-education. And it's why we do a lot of free stuff. I give away a lot of ebooks and a lot of webinars and things, and we teach a whole bunch on YouTube. And We do that because what we believe is that we have a mission, and if you're to join us, then we want you to be a part of that mission with us as a movement of business people helping business people. You know, if all business people come together and help each other get better, then we as an organization get better, and your business gets better, the community gets better. Every business that maybe it's your suppliers or maybe it's your customers who are business owners, and we come together as a group. And you know, unfortunately, business ownership is possibly the loneliest job in the world. Like, who do you go and talk to when you're a business owner? You're not going to go home and worry your spouse or your family with what's going on. You're not going to go and talk to your staff in most cases, and you don't want to talk to the banker. I mean, in fact, you probably want to do the other. You probably want to hide stuff from them. But the point of it is bringing together a community is a big part of what we do at Action Coach, and bring business people together to learn with and from each other is really important. Our mission statement, if you get a chance to read our mission statement, it's obviously on our website, actioncoach.com. Our mission statement really is about who we are as a people, who our customers are, like you, forward-thinking business people that want to grow, that know there is a way to do things that's better than what they've done before, and want to create a business that is, stands out and achieves and does great things, but also a business that helps you, a business that works for you rather than you for it type thing. It also describes what we do, and one of the big words in there is the word co-opetition. I firmly believe in businesses coming together and working with and helping each other, rather than that competitive nature of a lot of it sort of thing. And by doing that, we've helped a lot more business people. When someone brings their supplier to us, or someone brings one of their customers to us, and if you're a B2B and we help your customer grow their business, then of course they're going to buy more from you. It's not a complex thing, but that's sort of the way we are. Our culture document is very clear. Again, on actioncoach.com, our 14 points of culture. My gut feel is that out there in the world, it's who you are and why you do what you do that is really the central core of people coming and getting help with and from us. I'm lucky enough to have a team of literally more than 1,000 coaches and partners around the world who do a phenomenal job every single day of helping business people. At our core, we are people that like to help people. At our core, we're people that like to grow and get better and keep learning and helping business people day in and day out. And so we'd love for you to join our community and help with our mission and help with that achieving the great milestone of every business getting better out there in the marketplace. A bit more of my background. As I mentioned, I am an accountant by training. I'm no longer registered as an accountant. These days, I'm an entrepreneur and an investor sort of thing. And I do love running my companies. It's rare that a year goes by where I don't buy a company, or at least a major share of a company. And it's rare that a year goes by where I don't sell one of the companies that I've built. I buy and build and sell companies. I've been in everything from dog food to beauty salons, commercial cleaning, you name it. I've been involved in it at some level. Restaurants, catering businesses. Obviously, I'm most known around the world for Action Coach, for being the author of 18 books and doing public speaking. And I always love it when people say, oh, yes, Brad, he's a motivational speaker. And personally, I do not like that term. I'm an educator first. I think if you motivate an idiot, they just do stupid things faster. I'm a firm believer in educating people, because if you educate people, they get motivated because they know what to do, why to do it, and how to do it sort of thing. I'm a father of 5. My wife and I have the privilege of raising 4 daughters and 1 son. We live here in Las Vegas. Obviously, I'm Australian born, and we've lived in multiple places around the world. But now that the kids are, my older kids are in college and the younger ones are in school, this is home base for now. And people always ask, why Las Vegas? And jokingly, I always answer that, it's the only city in America fun enough for an Australian to live in. But in all seriousness, I moved here first because speaking and events, there's so many events here. That was a big part of it. And I fell in love with the city and If you ever get to come to the city, get off the strip and come and see the rest of us in the city. There's 2.5 million of us that live here, not on that one street. So that's who we are. Charity-wise, the main charity that I'm involved in is the ActionCOACH Foundation. Our foundation educates nonprofits, charities, and also young people. We're really fighting childhood poverty, or we're really fighting that by helping young people start their own business. We find that there's a lot of young people out there that just can't get jobs, especially in certain countries, and especially young women in most cases. And if we can educate them how to start their own business, then we get around that problem and we get them through that. And it's quite an amazing thing. When it comes to not-for-profits, we sit there and we look at all of these companies or all of these organizations that are raising capital, but they're burning through it just in managing. We want them to do the great work. And so we found we can do better by coaching charities for free than we can by giving them money. Giving them money is the old, give a person a fish versus teach them to fish type thing. Well, we teach charities to fish by our education programs and our free coaching. And that's really where I spend a lot of my time. I also do, luckily enough, some good friends of mine have the Wildlife Foundation, the Irwin family in Australia at Australia Zoo. And so I do get involved in that, but mostly the ActionCOACH Foundation is where it is. Over the years, I've been on the board of many charities, Cancer Schmancer with Fran Drescher up in New York, in Australia, the Variety Club, where I was chairman for several years in Queensland. And, I get involved in those sorts of things, but more because I love coaching them than just giving money. Giving money is one thing, but helping them succeed is a whole other thing. A little bit more of the history of our company. I said we started in Australia in 1993, and from there, really it was I won't say it was a one-person business, because maybe I had 2 or 3 team members for the first 4 or 5 years, but it was really me doing all the work. I was a firm believer in those days in the hustle and grind, as the words are today, of just working hard. In fact, I wore it as a badge of honor, thinking, I'm working 16 hours a day, 6 days a week, and I sleep at the office some nights. And, and I was doing, I think there was a couple of years there where I did more than 200 seminars, speaking at events and traveling and hotel nights and all that sort of stuff. And I had to learn the hard way that the business is supposed to run without me. I'm not supposed to be the busiest person in the business. In fact, if I'm the owner, I'm supposed to be the least busy person in the business. But it took me some time to learn. And lucky for you, I made all those mistakes. So now that we've written all of these and done all the training programs, you get to learn that stuff with my team, with me directly on videos and through the books and stuff. But when you join ActionCOACH and become a member with us, you get to tap into all of those mistakes I made so that you can get around them much faster than I did. We expanded from Australia and New Zealand across, which my expansion across Australia and New Zealand was very much helped by News Limited. A gentleman by the name of Barry Gordon was the marketing manager at Quest newspapers in Queensland, and he sponsored events for me across Queensland, and then News Limited sponsored me across the rest of Australia and put hundreds of thousands of people in my events. Also in New Zealand, More FM, Doug Gold and the team down there put me in front of literally tens of thousands of business owners across New Zealand, together with the Chambers of Commerce. And that led me to a place where I could expand the business. We expanded into Singapore and Malaysia first, into Jakarta, and then the rest of Indonesia, up into the Philippines. And from there, I had the strength to say, we need to take on the rest of the world. So we moved the business to the US. In fact, I started in Northern California, a little place called San Mateo, just out between San Francisco and San Jose. And right next to Oracle's big office there is basically where we were based. And after 2 years there, we moved it down here to Las Vegas just for ease of operation, ease of finding staff, and the cost of running the business too, I guess, was a big thing. From there, we expanded into Canada and Mexico, and then again made the jump. I moved back to Australia after I had the business running here and had a team of people running it. I moved back to Australia, and Kobe and Kenzie were born, and Then we got to leap the business again by moving into the UK and build it across the UK and Ireland. And from there, obviously expanded into the rest of Europe and into Africa and the Middle East. And today, we do business in 83 countries. I'm very happy that, between Vietnam and China and Russia, we're coaching entrepreneurs in places where entrepreneurialism isn't really seen as the way, but it really is becoming the way. So that's a fantastic thing. I owe a lot to my team. I've had a great teams over the years, a lot of great CEOs who've run the company for me, and C-level execs, CMOs. And if you want a lot more on the history, there's a whole video on it on our YouTube channel. And also the vision and the mission. I spend probably 20 minutes, a half an hour on each of those on that YouTube channel. So you can dive on those and see a whole bunch more about us. Our structure as an organization is we're a franchise organization. So every local office has a local partner, and that partner has invested their money to build the business and help come and bring the education and the knowledge and the coaching to you. So there's always someone locally, wherever you're doing business with us, who is a partner in the organization, and they have the ability to make decisions unilaterally for you and help you with anything you need. And it also lets you know that there is an owner at a level close to you. There is another owner who's part of the community helping you build. And so each of our owners builds a team of owners and a team of business people to get that up and running. We do have master franchise partners in different parts of the world. Obviously, when we move into foreign language, we want someone who represents us in that market, who is a local, who understands the local market and wants to represent and bring Action Coach. And it's very exciting. I remember back many years ago when we first moved into Mexico, and our partner in Mexico said to me, you know what, I want to bring Action Coach to Mexico because I want to change the way business is done in Mexico. I want to help the business landscape. And that's very exciting for me, that when someone sees our world abundance through business re-education and localizes that down to, in his case, Mexican abundance through business re-education, or in your case, we'll help you with your business wherever you are. If I can just explain a few of our programs and how we operate, and I'm going to do that in more detail in another video as to exactly how coaching works and what the programs look like. But suffice to say, most of our programs are ongoing because we believe in ongoing education and ongoing coaching to help you with that. But we do start with 12-week introductory programs to get you a taste of what we do and to get you started getting results so that you can move the business forward, whether it's sales or whether it's marketing or whether it's the whole overall running of the business or whether it's executive coaching or management or leadership. But we start in all those areas. Our programs start from our book club, which is at the very lowest price point for us, which basically anyone can attend that, right through to the very highest of programs for large corporations that we work with and coach many executives or many team members in their organization. Most of our programs are built around a philosophy that education and coaching work better together. So as you learn more and implement more and someone coaches you on the activity of that, it gets you the results that you're looking for in your business. It's very, when we put someone through an education program, there's still got to be implementation. And that's why coaching is such a great background to make sure that the implementation happens. And of course, when you learn something new, there's got to be refinement. And that's why having a coach or a mentor there to guide you is so very, very important in that side of it. One of the great things about being a global company is we've taken out a lot of awards, from Irish Franchise of the Year to UK Franchise of the Year. We've been one of the, I guess, probably proudest awards, both in the UK and the US, 10 years running. We've been voted by our franchise partners in the top 50 franchises for those 10 years in a row. And when you think of the fact that there's literally thousands of franchise organizations out there, to be in the top 50 in a market, but to do that for 10 years running is a pretty great feat. And I really owe that to my team of franchise partners, master franchise partners, and the executives that do run the day-to-day of the global operation. But mostly I owe that credit to our customers, because our members, our clients, they're the ones doing the hard work building businesses every day, and they're the ones committing to build their business every day. And as you know, growing a business is something where if you can get the help, it'll become a whole lot easier. So we're here to help you with that. Just a few other things that we do to help out. We produce a lot of podcasts, so you'll get to learn from other entrepreneurs how they did it. They went before you, so how did they grow their business? And we interview a lot of our clients around that. I do a podcast every week around success and how success happens. We do a lot on education of business. Our blogs go out on a weekly and in many cases more than weekly basis around the world to keep your education growing and to help you keep learning, because as you grow, the business grows. The old theory of my job as the owner of the business is to grow my people and my people grow my business. Well, I have to keep growing if I'm going to grow my people so they grow my business. On top of that, I'm sure if you haven't already, you'll find us on all of the different social media platforms, whatever platform is your favorite, whether it's LinkedIn or YouTube or Facebook, you'll find us there. On YouTube, we do put out a lot of new content, and that's to help you and every business owner grow their business. And if you follow us on all of those mediums, you'll get to see more and more about just how much we put into helping you grow your business out there in the marketplace. We run an event called BizX. BizX is run every year in multiple locations around the world, and we bring in the best of the best speakers to help educate you and our other members and clients on growing your business, on doing better, on becoming a better business person. And we find that by doing that, it's important it does three things really. Number one, it gets you out of your business for a few days, so you travel to that event and visit great cities around the world. But second of all, not only do you get to do that travel, you get to allow your team to step up while you're away from them, sort of thing. They can never get better if you're there all day, every day. You got to get out of their way to let them step up type thing. It's a very important aspect of it. But the third thing is it builds community, and you get to really be a part of the community, and you get to learn from and with, and you'll build a lot of friends in that community. We also at the BizX give out awards every year. I find that business people are often not awarded for the great work they do, and we want people to be acknowledged for giving people jobs, for building a community, for building the economic impact of the marketplace. And so I took it upon myself in Miami, almost 18 years ago now, to run the first BizX Awards. And every year since, we've given out awards to people just like you who are doing an amazing job of building a business and helping people with having jobs and building a community sort of thing. We do run other events. You'll find that your coach runs planning events every quarter, every 90 days. We bring all business owners together to really think about it. We run local mastermind groups and monthly membership meetings and all of these things to help you learn with and from each other, but also to learn from the great speakers. We bring in a lot of speakers to present to our audiences worldwide. They'll do that presentation, and then it'll be on video for you, and you'll be able to get into the back catalog of that as well. There's so much learning in that back catalog, and even just going back in the old podcasts we've done. Again, you could literally binge on that for several days, I'm sure, and just keep making notes and learning. On that, much of our learning is done through video and books and those sorts of things, and we do that so that you can watch it in your own time. There's a lot of time. When can I find time as a business person to do that? Well, when you do find time, it's there, it's available, it's in the learning management platform for you to dive into and learn what you need when you need it on a time frame that suits you. And if you're anything like me, you'll probably hit it to 1.5 times speed so you can get it done even faster type thing. Our types of clients, it's funny, over the years, people said, who's the ideal client for Action Coach? And I said, it's a business owner that wants to grow. If you're a business person who wants to get better, wants better results, then that's the ideal client. People say, well, what industry? And I said, well, you need to understand that we've had every industry in the world that we've worked with. I remember in the early days, one of my clients was a llama trekking business, and people were like, how is that? How do you... Yes, but we work with a lot in the medical profession, a lot of trades, a lot of in the insurances and other professions, accountants, attorneys, We work with a ton of people in IT and engineering and construction and manufacturing. And so restaurants, retailers. And if it seems like I'm trying to just list off every profession, it's because when we work with someone that is a business owner, it doesn't matter what the product or service is. You bring your knowledge of the industry. We bring our knowledge of how to grow a business. You combine the two, and it's very, very powerful. So your knowledge combined with our team makes that happen. We work with a lot of strategic partners around the world too. So by joining our organization, you'll get access to a bunch of different softwares and tools and things that are at a different rate than you would if you had to go and get them on your own, because we believe there's certain tools that every business needs to help grow. But also we have a lot of strategic partners who bring businesses to us. We work with a lot of banks around the world, a lot of B2B organizations that recommend us to their customers, to the other business owners, because they know that we believe the same thing. And that is that if we can help more businesses grow, then everybody wins. Finally, a lot of what we do is done through technology. Obviously, as we're a global organization, making sure that we keep in touch with each other is like this. It's a video, it's technology based, but we have very clear platforms that when you do come on board for coaching, you'll work through those platforms and get the results by doing that. Listen, business coaching is now something that's been around we've been doing it for 30 years. And even though to a lot of people it is something that's very new, to us and the hundreds of thousands of people that we have the privilege of helping grow their business and help become better business people, help become better executives or better salespeople or better marketers, to those people and hopefully to yourself at some point in the very near future, we're very committed to your growth. So much so that we keep growing. We invest a lot of time and energy in training our partners, in training our coaches. We do that every month. They have a minimum 120-hour per year professional development budget, meaning they have to do 120 hours of learning every year to remain certified as an action coach. On top of that, they go through 90 days pre-training, 10 full days of live live-in training, and then another 90 days post-training to be accredited as a coach. So if you, to give you a little bit of an idea, 1 in every 115 people that apply for becoming a coach actually joins our organization and moves on to be someone that represents us. So we are very proud of our team. I think the reason we are the #1 business coaching firm in the world is simply because we keep recruiting #1s. If we keep recruiting the best of the best and they help you grow, then everybody wins. As your business grows and you add more team members and you add more revenues and you help us increase the community and reach more business people, that's what really success looks like to us here at Action Coach. Listen, look forward to having a chat with you soon. Please either click the button to book a call in with one of my team, or get back to the coach that put you on this video, or watch a bunch more of these videos so that you get to know even more about who we are, why we do what we do, and exactly how coaching can work for you.